Happy Sunday, everybody. Do that again. Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, you are having a really amazing Sunday. I'd first like to apologise. Yesterday, 10 was delayed again. We are trying to change our workflow so that I don't have to work quite so much during the week, so that when it comes to the weekend and we produce 10, I've already been able to get most of the prep work done so that Friday is not like an 18-hour day, which is what it's been of late. And I'm sorry 10 was late, but we're getting there. My garden's looking pretty good right now, other than the issues that we've got right now with certain chickens who are continuing to help themselves and dig things up. These are the chicks. They've grown immensely in the last couple of weeks. And we're going to be on the lookout for names soon for some of these boys and girls, aren't we? We are. And some of them we know are ladies because they're sex-linked breeds. That means we know based from their markings what sex they are at birth, at hatch. Some of them are not, like this one right here, who is a copper, black Morans crossed with are Americana. So, yeah. Excuse me. I'm sneezing a lot today. My vegetable patch is doing very well. I have unfortunately got black fly. If you don't know what black fly looks like, right down here, some lovely black fly everywhere on these leaves as well. We've got quite an infestation. In fact, I'm just going to chop this off. And I'm going to offer it to the adults because they like green fly and black fly and all kinds of other fly because chickens are like that. As you can see, this year, unfortunately, my garden has gone a little bit to pot because I've been so busy with Transport Evolved. But as you'll see there, Grace has no problem eating all of the naughty plant eaters. So that's a good way of getting rid of bugs and lugs in my garden, is just give them to the chickens and then the chickens sort it out. But obviously that is not what I want to talk to you about today, nor do I want to talk to you about the fact that I'm having to water my vegetable patch, which makes me feel really guilty after last week's video on water conservation. As you can see, it's really dry here. We've literally had about 0.2 millimeters of rain since the last massive deluge we had, which was at the start of June. We're really starting to worry about water. But again, that is not what I want to talk to you about today. But what I want to talk to you about today is, in fact, related to that. Namely, what is your local government, what does your national government doing when it comes to mitigating the effects of anthropogenic climate change? This week, there was quite a controversy in the UK when an advisor to the government, who was supposed to be a climate change advisor, said that electric cars weren't for her because she basically thought that they would take forever to charge and she was worried about that. Obviously, that's not the case. So she really was misinformed, and we made a big video about that you can see on the main channel. But also, obviously, we wanted to talk a little bit about the response from the US government this week to the goal of having 50% of all vehicles electric or zero emission by 2030. And unfortunately, the problems that we're having right now, look at those lovely apples. The problems that we're having right now is that the targets set forth are too small. They also didn't involve Tesla in the picture, which I think was more to do with the unions and politics than anything else. But still, it's not a good look, guys. It's not a good look at all. Sorry, we've got so many apples on this tree. Look. These are all our apples, and this is a brace that my partner made to try and stop the apple tree from breaking like it did last year. We lost a limb on the tree last year because we had so many apples. So, yeah, we're picking them as we go, and hopefully we'll be able to make sure that we have lots of apples without losing the tree. Anyway, So the American government's not really doing enough. The British government's a bit meh, but some governments are better than others. So in some parts of the world, they're being pretty strict about EV adoption goals. They're being pretty strict about carbon emissions, but not everyone's doing it. Now, obviously, elected officials are there to represent their constituents, at least that's how you would hope that it would be. Unfortunately, that is not always the case, and we're starting to see more and more people become suspicious of what their politicians are actually doing and how their politicians are responding to things and what their politicians' ulterior motives are. And sadly, a lot of the time, it's fueled by greed. Greed and a wish to line their own coffers with money from lobbyists. Not that I'm sceptical or anything, you understand. But I would love to hear what your local government are doing about responding to climate change. Does your government have tougher targets that it's trying to meet? Does your government have rules about what you can and can't buy because of the carbon emissions? I know in the US in the last couple of weeks, there's been a real big brouhaha over certain states, namely California, Oregon, Washington, and a few others, putting into place rules to limit what gaming systems and monitors people can buy from their computers. And people were saying, oh, well, it means that California and all the other states are trying to stop people from gaming. And that's not actually the case. What they're just trying to do is to ensure that these machines, when they are in their off mode or their sleep mode, aren't using above a certain amount of electricity. And a lot of these gaming systems do. I've got to show you all my bees. Bees are essential, obviously, they're pollinators, but look at how many bees we've got here today. This is beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's some more over there. So this is how it is every year for us with our bees. And one of the reasons why we let the mint and everything flower is so that the bees can get some pollen and so that they can continue to survive. That is absolutely beautiful. That is it for today. If you like the video, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to do the same thing to our other two channels, Transport Evolved main channel and also Transport Evolved Shorts. Don't forget that you can also do the Super Thanks, which is a new feature on the main channel. If you watched a video and you really liked it, then what you can do is you can hit the Super Thanks button and then it will effectively send us like a tip to say, this person really liked your video, and that's really awesome. So give it a go if you haven't already. Thanks on behalf of the entire TE crew, go out to the folks on my right for being our $15 to $49 a month Patreon supporters. Special thanks to our $50 a month patrons. They are Andrew Martin, Guido Drahoa, Brophy Wolf, Anonymous Freak, Raging Fellows, Carl Hodgson, Gordon C, Paul Conway, Laura Sanborn, Anthony Coates, Denny Hyde, Sean Ueda, and Tazla in the Gong. I can't even read this list in the sun. And special thanks to our $100 a month Patreon supporters. They are John Lyons, Marcel Ward, Reggie Watts, JP Fagerback, Sean Ueda, Will Graylin, and Ian. Actually, Sean is a 15 to 49, but I'm sure he won't mind being, sorry, a 49 to 100. I screwed that up. I'm sure he won't mind being mentioned twice, and I'm sure no one else will mind either too. Don't forget that you can also support us through Ko-fi, Bitcoin, as well as Patreon. And if you want to buy some TE swag, you can do so by going to our Redbubble store. Don't forget too that we've got the wonderful Discord channel that you can use to chat about this and anything else you want that's related to TE and cleaner, greener, safer and smarter transportation. As I said, we're going to have 2 videos tomorrow. I'm very excited about one of them, certainly. In fact, I'm excited about both of them. So I'm going to be watching them both. I don't know about you, because one of them's not even by me. Thanks for watching, everyone. Keep evolving.